And we're back.
It just popped.
Welcome everybody back to Nas Off Topic. It's the live, unfiltered shows that we do every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 7:30 Pacific Standard Time if you're in Canada, like Marie. I'm your host, Daniel.
I am George.
I'm Minnie.
I'm Marie.
Thanks for not doing the accent, Marie. Yes, guys. So how you guys doing? How you guys doing today? So for those that don't know, Marie has done our Tuesday show on our YouTube channel, Not a Strong Start Movie Podcast. She's now joining us here tonight. We have Minnie, who's back from his vacation last week. We gave him 1 day off, and that's it. He has to do every single show every week from here on out.
You got to tell my workplace that then.
We're the only workplace.
Assholes.
Maybe you already changed that desk.
Yes, exactly. George, if you can hit us with a little bit of music, we got to get the spice going, my friend.
Ooh.
Something.
I was already dancing.
Latin, I'm walking out.
Yes.
Oh, this is. Ooh. This is chill.
Sultry.
It is very sultry.
Yeah.
Creating the mood. He's creating a mood.
We
Nice.
like it. So, yes, in this week's episode, we're going to be doing current events. We're back to doing our current events. Me and George had to take at least a week off from kicking ass in the last week's episode. Am I right, George? Am I right?
I gotta say, obviously, I was gonna do good, but you didn't think you were gonna do good, and you freaking killed it right from the beginning.
Man.
I don't know how to do this. How are we gonna play this game? I don't know what's going on. Slaughtered.
Well, I was watching it and I was like, how are these men thinking so fast? Like I was just like, like how do you guys like? It was like, well, I know what I would do. I know this would happen and this would happen. I'm like, what? And then I thought of one thing I thought was good, and then Chuck said something different. I'm like, no, and that was the one thing that I was like, I could have got that one, but that's it. You guys are just like,
you would have been Chuck. Yes. Okay, so we want to start off with this episode. We had a couple of questions for our co-host. So Marie, if you want to ask Minnie's question, your question for him first.
Oh yeah. My question.
Did you forget your question?
No, my question for him was, why aren't you drinking some bourbon right now?
Yes.
Why not?
Funny story that Dan is well aware of.
Yes.
So about what is it now? Like 6-7 weeks ago, I was in my backyard enjoying the sun.
I don't know why it's funny already.
Partaking in several alcoholic beverages.
Okay.
And I was having a very good time, an emotional time. I was going through some stuff.
No,
but it was a very good time. And then I got a call from the girl that I was talking to at the time. Actually, no, I got a text message first. The text message said, stop messaging my girl. She's with me now. Back the fuck off.
Yeah.
In my drunken state, I thought originally, like, I handled it, I'm going to say, fairly well. We just responded with, I don't know who this is, but if this girl doesn't want to talk to me anymore, she can tell me herself. I don't need a messenger.
Wow. Okay.
That's a fair. I think that's a good way to handle that situation. Like, it's not that person. Somebody's trying to start shit.
Okay.
Then the asshole called me.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm sweating.
Yeah. Then the asshole called me and started off with, "Oh, so you wanna hear it from her?" I'm like, yeah. She tells me, I'll fucking drop it.
Okay.
So she comes over. She starts basically reading from a script. Like, she's just going through the fucking, like, trying to diffuse the situation. But I'm drunk. I don't catch that. And it's on speakerphone, and the asshole is still chirping, and I can hear that. And I handled the situation extremely poorly.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
How poorly
Yeah,
was
you
it?
did.
Oh no.
Poorly enough that I was ready to go find him and kick the shit out of him. And enough to the point where she just completely stopped talking to me.
Okay.
So I took that as I don't want to react like that all the time.
Okay.
So I stopped drinking because I didn't handle it the way that I should have.
It's funny when you started telling the story. This is how a female mind works. When you said that you got a text that said, "Stop talking to my girl like she's with me," whatever. In my mind, it was a girl getting mad at you because you were talking to her friend and she found out. And so she was like, "Stop talking to my friend." I thought it was a girl being like, "Stop talking to my friend because she's with me and we're talking about you because you're talking to both of us." That's where my mind went. It was like, you're talking to both girls at the same time.
No, I don't have that much skill. I'm not good enough to pull that off.
Okay.
I mean, I have the looks, but I don't have the personality.
The shit say otherwise.
It also doesn't help that he was asking me and Chuck, and we're like egging him on. Kick his ass, Chuck.
Yeah, no, Chuck was the worst person to talk to about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, he would be.
Yeah.
He would be.
At least made a joke about it.
Especially because he was in a movie, so I didn't get he took 2 hours to get back to me for it.
After he gave you bad advice. So all right, we're gonna do our first current event. So I'll start off, and we'll go in George, Minnie, and then Marie. We'll go in that. Okay.
Me last. Okay.
Unless you want to go first. You want to go first?
No, I don't want to. No, I want to. No, you go. I'm ready.
Okay. So very first current event. Kenya Barris, who's known for doing Blackish, Girls Trip, and the movie Shaft, is set to write and direct a reimagining of Wizard of Oz. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay.
Are you excited for it? Do you think it could be good?
I was gonna say something so. I mean, for classic movies like that, I don't see a point of why making a new one. But I mean, I guess trying to make it relevant. I don't know.
It sounds like they're gonna make it edgy, and the director has done stuff like I said, like Blackish, Girls Trip, and Shaft. So I know they did a reimagining of Wizard of Oz with the movie The Wiz, right?
That's the one I saw.
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah. So
it's good.
But
it's actually really good.
They said Wizard. No, it is. But they said Wizard of Oz. So I don't know if are they reimagining Wizard of Oz and it's going to be like The Wiz, or are they redoing Wiz, which also had a young Michael Jackson in it as a scarecrow. He was awesome.
Come on down the road.
Well, my first thing I was going to say was, or do they mean like The Wiz? That's where it kind of went. Because in that, I don't know.
Well, I mean, in The Wizard of Oz, there's 2 or 3 different roads that they can go down. Like, are they following the yellow brick road, or are they going one of the other 2 roads? I know that.
What was the other one? Are they different colors?
There's 2 or 3 different colored roads, and Dorothy and them follow the yellow brick road. But then there's the red brick and a green brick road, and it leads to different. Are they doing one of those? Because that could be. There's been a ton of fanfic about that stuff.
See what the red
brick road. Retelling the Dorothy story.
Yeah, if there was a green brick road, wouldn't that lead them straight to where they were trying to get to?
The Emerald City? You think so?
I mean, you would think.
So. Logic, right?
Yeah, logic.
But then there would be no story. There would be no story.
The land of Oz was illogical.
Yeah.
Totally. Nothing made sense.
Nothing. Yeah, absolutely. But
I mean, don't kill people. Come on.
Come on, people. I love the Wizard. I'm right there with you, Marie. I love the Wizard of Oz. I hate it when they touch great classics like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Loved Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. No. Once Tim Burton touched that and all that, I was like, man, this is not unique or different enough for me. So if you're gonna touch a classic, you have to completely change it. This needs to be a super dark version. But from what this guy has done, I'm not seeing that. It seems like it's more comedy kind of base. He does Blackish and Girls Trip, very comedy based. So I don't know.
A dark version would be awesome. I mean, if you think about it, some of the stuff in the OG one's pretty dark already. So to have modern day darkness thrown in there, that'd be kind of what's gonna happen.
Totally good for that. Then so with this one, I'm cautious about it, but I need to see a little more. I'm not willing to write it off or anything like that. But the original Wizard of Oz is so good. I love rewatching it. Music's great. So okay. Who's next?
Right.
George, what do you got for us?
All right, so just recently, the Wednesday trailer, which is the new Addams Family adaptation, just dropped. And with that, we're going to have 2 classic horror, like monster families, coming to Netflix with the Addams Family and the Munsters.
Mm-hmm.
I love both growing up. I'm a huge fan of the originals. I even like some of the remake films and everything. But what's everyone else's actually, does everyone even know what Wednesday is going to be about yet?
It looks like
Wednesday
her going.
Addams.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to be at like a different type of school that they know about. Is it like for like children that are like, like the parents know about the school, right? And they're sending her there on purpose because she's not doing well in other schools and that she's supposed to be. So
this is like
that's
a
only,
school
that's
meant for
like,
their people, pretty much.
Yeah, for those people.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just
So
sounds racist.
There's a second side to it. If you've watched the Riverdale show or the Sabrina show that was on Netflix, it's also going to have that kind of dynamic too, where there's like a mystery solving aspect to it.
Oh, okay. Wednesday did it. That's the mystery. Wednesday did it.
Yes.
I hope it's her.
She don't give a fuck either, so that's what makes it good.
I actually would love.
unfiltered.
I would love if she's she's investigating who's doing the killings, and she's doing the killings the whole time.
Oh yeah.
If she's that crazy.
That would be super cool, man. Yeah,
they
I was
finally
actually.
catch the person and they do a Scooby-Doo moment and they pull off the mask and she's just like pulling her own mask off.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror. She does it. I thought the trailer looked pretty cool, man. Like it was. I wasn't super excited when I first heard about it, but the more I see about the show, it looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like Tim Burton's producing it. Like, kind of curious to see what it looks like.
Oh,
He's not directing it. Yeah, exactly. But real quick, so Burt Macklin said, "Fresh Prince remake just proves you shouldn't mess with the OG." I agree with that. You know, especially because they completely changed the tone of that Fresh Prince show. I don't know if you guys saw it, Bel Air.
No, I just don't want to. I'm like, this is not Just make this show, but have it completely different characters, please. Like, don't say it's them. Like, you just can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not Uncle Phil.
No, it's not. It's not any of them.
None of it's the same. Yeah.
No.
I remember the fake trailer they made to like pretty much like the concept idea.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw the new trailer with the new actors, which I felt was messed up. I actually liked the actors they had in the concept trailer first, and the fact they scrapped all of them to get new people was not cool. But I was like, this isn't what I'm signing up for. You know, this isn't my Fresh Prince. And I felt bad. It's like, I'm an old man, old curmudgeon coming in. This isn't my stuff. You know. But it didn't have that. Yeah, it didn't have that magic. And granted, Will Smith, not a good actor at that time. But
I still loved it.
But I'm not crapping on it. I rewatched the whole series recently with Jen,
So good.
and it's still fun. He has something special. There's just that charisma that Will Smith brought, and with that whole cast, that you just couldn't be replicated.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, man. Whoever this is, who's a dickhead with the shades.
It's got to be somebody that we know. It's got to be somebody that we know with that second comment.
Maybe.
I was going to make a comment on that, but now fuck that guy. Did you watch the Fresh Prince reunion?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I did.
So Will Smith was so nervous about that role that he memorized everyone's lines, and it pissed some of the other actors off. So like you can see him in like the first 2 or 3 episodes mouthing the lines of the other actors. Yeah. So that he knew when to go in. Yeah.
It happened a lot.
Yeah, to the point where
we watched
that
Hillary. Reunion, and then we watched every episode, and we're like, holy shit, there it is.
Yeah, he's sitting there like you can barely notice it. You have to pay attention to it, but he's just there like,
it's like amateur move, isn't that kind of like what?
Yeah,
it was the first acting role that he ever had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't blame him all the way. I mean, he was a whack.
Oh, you're saying this happened in the beginning, in the beginning of the show. Oh, I thought you were saying this happened at the Oh, okay. I thought. Never mind.
Oh, that'd be so good. The reunion, and he's saying all their responses.
Okay. No. Never mind. I kind of. Okay, so yeah, it was an amateur move, but because he was an amateur, so it's okay.
Exactly. It's okay. He got better, right? He eventually did Independence Day, and it's like he was awesome in that. I love Will Smith.
Then he smacked.
Yeah.
Welcome to Earth.
Exactly. I gotta get me one of these. Like, yeah, you do. I love that. Yeah, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Bill Pullman is still my favorite president in a movie. That guy was awesome. Yeah. Welcome to Earth. Exactly.
What about Morgan Freeman? You like Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman's awesome. Where'd you guys
But
find
no Pullman.
Oh no! Oh no!
Now you're getting attacked, Marie.
I know.
I know. All right, Minnie.
I'm going to.
Current event. Next
Oh,
one.
my current event. We're not attacking Mr. Miracle 1212.
Oh, I was gonna say you guys never said what you thought about the Munsters.
Oh, the
what is it?
Munsters.
Oh yeah.
Dude, okay, so the Munsters, what's funny is that, I watched the trailer with my brother, and he was like, there is absolutely no way that piece of shit's going to get released in theaters. I was like, what? He's like, it's not. Watch it. It's going to go to streaming. Sure enough, they sold it, and now it's going to go straight to streaming. I'm like, exactly where it deserves to go, man. I love Rob Zombie as a musician. His movies, no.
No.
No, Monsters looks awful to me. It looks awful. It looks like such a cheesy production, man. I can't. Nah.
I think that's the intent, is to be cheesy, but it was a little. The trailer looked a little like I don't know. I didn't actually watch the Monsters anyway, so I wasn't really interested in the first place. But I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh, I see what he's trying to do, but I don't know if that's my thing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Marie's trying to be so nice right now when she's trying to destroy it.
And it's going to be like, oh, the director's cut, and there's going to be like this graphic rape scene in it. I'm like, of course, Rob Zombie, of course. You got to have some. Make sure you bleep that out for the YouTube or get it flagged again.
It's okay.
Let the flags come.
Let the flags
Just
come.
like the NFL.
Let them come.
Let them come. All right. Minnie, you have any thoughts on it, or do
All
you
right.
want to do your current events?
I was going to make a comment on Rob Zombie because I got a story about that. So,
Go ahead.
yeah. So back in the day, took this girl out on a date to go see the second Rob Zombie Halloween.
Oh, okay.
It was
Marie's already
so-
like, oh, bad taste.
I mean, me and Marie had a conversation about the most recent Halloween, but the Rob Zombie Halloween was so fucking awful. And I'm not a huge horror fan, but I respect the genre. I was just on my phone the entire time, and needless to say, I did not get a second date on it.
You know what? That's why you didn't get the second date. Not because of the movies. You're on your phone the entire time during a movie. No second date for you.
It was so bad.
That don't
That's
matter.
not the date's
I
fault.
don't
That's not.
care.
You focus on the
loved
girl
it.
next to you.
She loved it.
She loved that movie.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, then that's
That's already the first problem. She's paying attention to the movie, Minnie. If you take her to the theater and it's like your first, second date, come on, man.
Oh, play that music again now, George.
Seriously.
Man, you get the other music, Minnie. That's what you get.
Oh. That would
Fuck her again.
that'd be my thoughts being on a date with a guy and being in a movie theater and then seeing him whip out his phone. I'd be like, oh. And then that music would play and I'd be like, no.
No.
You know what? No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Hey, all right, Minnie, hit us with the next.
I'm going to drink the bourbon now. Oh, my
Drink that bourbon.
So let me take
First
a swig
turn
first because I'm going straight out of the bottle.
Okay. Hope the audience is watching this.
Bourbon
they are
out of
too.
the bottle.
This episode.
I
is
shouldn't be
brought to you
doing
by
it. It's a 10-year
alcohol.
bottle of bourbon. So whatever, fuck it.
Which brand, George? All of them. All alcohol everywhere.
Everything.
All right. So I'm changing subjects a little bit because so it's current events. We talk about everything because it's fucking off
Everything.
topic.
Yep.
So NFL preseason's going on right now,
Mhm.
Yep.
which means that there's joint practices between the teams that
Yeah.
you're Canadian.
Yeah.
You might end up liking this. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. Go.
So there's joint practices going on between the teams that are fighting or facing each other going into the week. The
Okay.
Patriots and the Panthers for 2 days in a row had massive team brawls. I am a huge hockey fan where fighting is a part of the sport. Do you think that other physical sports should adopt a hockey-like stance without massively penalizing and suspending players, especially when it comes to like dirty hits, like the Burfiset hit on Antonio Brown a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Okay. My take is I love it from an entertainment standpoint. If my player, Mahomes, gets injured, hell no, I don't want a dirty ass hit on him. So I guess it really just depends, man. Like, great for the entertainment factor, but when your star players get taken out, like what was happening before, like we said with Antonio Brown, there's repercussions for that, man. They're taken out, and now the sport's less fun. You know what I mean? Like with hockey, it's a little less. With football, there's a lot of brain. You know, you have to do a lot of thinking with it, and if you have a concussion, they're going to be taken out for health risk. So it's kind of hard.
See, but in hockey, you have a goon, and a goon takes care of that.
That is true.
Yeah.
Just like the movie Goon.
So if we're saying we're getting like an enforcer, like character or player in that sport,
Yeah.
Yes,
the
I watch
right guard's
sports.
job is just to fuck somebody up.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm kind of into this. I'm thinking that because we're saying every sport, right? Not just football.
Golf.
So like,
Yes.
yeah. Oh my God.
Happy
Happy
Gilmore, that shit.
Yeah.
Totally be into that.
Everything, tennis, ping pong, everything. I don't care what it is. All right, chess, everything that's considered a sport. If there was a brawler moment, it's now kicked up a notch.
5-minute penalty, you're back in the game.
I love that. Golf would be so great if they added that. Somebody just walks up and just socks somebody in the face. I'm in.
Just the price is wrong, bitch. Just
exactly. Darts? Like, damn, I didn't even know they had like a fist like that. Darts would be fun. Just punch.
Darts would be but that's scary.
You can't use weapons.
I don't know. I'm just imagining. Okay.
So
guys.
Just somebody coming up, just like fisticuffs. Let's go.
I think it would be good to do that in a sport where they're not all covered in padding, at least, because at least it would be, a little more entertaining and fair.
I know. Yes, I agree.
Badminton fights.
Badminton fights.
That would be great. And you can use your racket. You can use your racket for that one.
Yeah.
Do you know what fights would be amazing? You know that I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like volleyball, but all they do, they kick the ball. It's like a straw ball. They keep on kicking it over.
Oh yes, I've seen this sport.
Those fights would be fucking insane.
If it's leg kicks.
Yeah.
Hey, Noni made errors. Hey, she's been a day one fan with our Tuesday podcast. So she made it. She got Twitch just for this. I appreciate it. I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah. Okay, Marie, do you want to hit us with the next current event?
Oh, I wanted to talk about Cabinet of Curiosities.
Ooh, I had that too. So
see, I knew you would because I knew you would. So that's why I'm like, I gotta get it in there before he says it.
Yes, seriously. Okay, I'll let you set it up.
Oh no, I don't. I just there's one thing about it. I have a little note here, and it's like, what is it? 8 parts.
Yep.
There's
8
like 2,
but
is it 4 but 2 parts in each or what? I forget.
No, it's 8 episodes, 8 different directors, but they're releasing 2 per night for 4 straight nights leading up to Halloween.
Okay. I knew there was some sort of like 4 and 8 and 2 stuff there.
Something like that, yeah. So for those that don't know, Guillermo del Toro's doing it. Love the dude. Cabinet of Curiosities is awesome. He's adapting some of H.P. Lovecraft's stories. I love H.P. Lovecraft. Okay. It's awesome, man. But some notable directors that I had was the director that did Mandy. He's doing an episode. Catherine Hardwicke that did Twilight, Lords of Dogtown's doing one, and even Guillermo Navarro that did that was the director, the cinematography of Pan's Labyrinth, doing an episode. So
so you're pumped. You're pumped for this.
I'm super. I love this kind of stuff. I love miniseries. I love horror, especially Guillermo del Toro. Like the way he directs and does his horror, it's so artistic. That's my jam. That's what I love. And H.P. Lovecraft does that. Like it's gorgeous to look at. I'm totally into it.
It's like fantastical, like kind of fantasy type stuff. And the reason I was watching the trailer and stuff, for like there's a whole bunch that look good, like the witch one and the morning one. And there's one the Pikmin, the H.P. Lovecraft one.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, the reason why that one like really stood out to me is because I'm a huge nerd, so I play video games a lot, and one of my favorite video game franchises is Fallout, whatever. And Fallout 4 is set in Boston, and you get to go to Pikmin's gallery, and they get like solved some sort of murder, something. There's all the paintings everywhere. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, it's from Fallout. It's not from Fallout. It's like H.P. Lovecraft, right?
Yeah.
But to me, I was like, oh, so I can't wait to watch that one because it's like the nerd in me is like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. The Manny Directors one is going to be intense. Like, I'm super excited about this. Like, I think Guillermo del Toro chose a great collection of directors. I actually love the fact that he's not directing any of them. I like it that he's kind of behind the scenes because, like, he's going to have his hand on the monster designs. That's what I'm super geeked excited to see. So, absolutely, man. How about you, George? How do you feel?
I was excited for this one too when I saw the announcement for it. And like, I'm pretty much in the same boat. Anything this guy touches, I'm all for. Like, I remember when I went to go watch Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, despite the fact that he wasn't directing, I knew it's like he's gonna bring those creatures in that book to life.
Yep.
And it wasn't granted, it wasn't written that well. I thought there could be better writing, but visually, I could watch that thing on mute and be happy.
Yep. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited for this. Like I got my Lovecraft books on my bookshelf, so I'm very. I feel like not a lot of people capture Lovecraft always in the best way. So I think this is the guy. This is the team to finally 100%. Pull it off.
Yes, and I know there's people out there that don't love horror movies. I totally get it, but this is like a different type because there's so many different styles of horror, right? There's the jump scares. You have like the really gory kind where it's just a bunch of blood and hacking. This is different. There's like a poetic.
It's a cerebral horror.
It's a cerebral horror. Like there's just like a beauty to it. I don't know how to explain it. Like the movie Pan's Labyrinth is very much like that to me. There's like a beauty to the horror, so it's not so scary.
Yeah,
it's just really serene to look at. So I highly recommend it. So this hopefully will live up to that. How do you feel, Minnie? That's not your jam at all, huh?
Stuff. I knew nothing about that. I had no idea what you guys were talking about. My dog's trying to bite my hand. That's what I was playing with.
Hey, we got a horror story right there. There we go.
He's going full Cujo on me right now.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Might as well make a horror reference at least.
Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Minnie mentioned a horror movie. All right. You guys have any more notes on that, or should I jump to the next one?
Jump.
I mean, I'm ready for the next one.
Okay. All right. So here's one that's going to be non-movie related. Okay. Scientists plan to resurrect the Tasmanian tiger almost 100 years after it went extinct. That's weird to me. Okay. So that's weird to me on so many levels that they're actually playing Jurassic Park by bringing off an extinct animal. How do you guys feel about that? What other animal would you want to see resurrected at all if you could? And what animal would you take out?
Did we not learn anything from these movies? Like, did we not learn? Is this not why we make these movies? So we just don't do that? Like, did we not watch these movies for years? Yeah. Especially a tiger, like at least do like an herbivore dinosaur, fine. Like do like a triceratops or like a brontosaurus, something like that. Nothing like that's gonna.
Horse right? I'm not making this up. There's like a horse that's like looks like half zebra, but it's also a horse. It's real. Look at everybody.
That's fine, but like,
is that the one you want to bring back? Yeah.
Let's not do a predator, okay? Not something that's like gonna.
Give us a dodo bird. I'll take a dodo bird.
Sure. I want a dodo bird. That's what I was gonna say. I want a dodo bird.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you look in
a miniature one, a mini version, a mini version of a dodo bird. Pet. Yeah, exactly. I'd take that. What animal would you guys want taken out? You can get rid of one forever for extinct. What would you want?
Wasps.
Oh, good one. Agreed, but also mine's wasps worse. What's their purpose?
Exactly. They have no purpose. Angry fuckers.
I can say bed bugs. Get rid of bed bugs too. We don't need those bed bugs.
Yeah,
don't do anything.
Mosquitoes.
Come on.
Mosquitoes we don't need.
Hell yeah.
Go without those.
I'm gonna go ahead and
95% of the insects.
A bunch of insects, wood ticks, all that, but also geese. God, I hate geese.
Gee, you got a personal vendetta against geese.
I do.
They go up north.
Seriously, yeah, the Canada Goose here. Oh my God, they are just pretentious assholes. They don't give a fuck about you. We go to the zoo and there's like just goose shit everywhere, and they're just like walking around like whatever, and they just like hiss at you. They hiss. They are snakes with wings. They're winged snakes. I hate them.
Yes,
Bert
spiders.
would agree with
Absolutely.
you.
Flying snakes.
Yes.
Yes, we
They're
hate
legit
them.
flying
We hate them.
Yes, I totally get it. Okay, George, want to hit us with the next current event, good sir?
All right, I guess I will
Ronnie's
slightly
back.
bring
One
it
hits
back.
me while I was driving by.
What's up,
Very
Ronnie?
great. They do. Even you know what hissed at me one time was a freaking possum. I hate possums.
Oh.
I hate possums. I despise them. And one time I'm just sitting there in my car, maybe getting a little high. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna incriminate myself. But I was sitting there hanging out,
You
and all of a
did.
yeah, and I just hear like a like long claws just on the pavement, and I look over and it just stares at me and it hisses. A fucking possum hisses. I'm like, you giant ass rat. That's what I said. Fuck that. I hate those.
You know,
That
Dan,
wasn't
you know the
him.
rules. Puff, puff, pass, man. Puff, puff, pass.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna say that wasn't him hissing. That was him that was him. It wasn't a hiss. He was trying to get it in. That was an
He
inhale.
wanted that contact high. He wanted that.
He didn't
contact
throw it
high.
in. He didn't throw in. He did not
Hey,
throw in.
Holmes, hey, Holmes, throw it on that window, man. Pass it on.
All right, George, what do you got?
All right, I got two here, so I guess I'll go with, since She-Hulk dropped today.
Okay.
It's apparently, according to some news sites, it's already getting review bombed on IMDb.
Review bombed, as in like without them actually watching it. They're trying to tank the score.
No, like, so it's actually it's out today. Many people also
Okay.
got many reviewers got the first 4 episodes and everything.
Mhm.
But fans who have already watched it are already supposedly are review bombing it. I will say I've looked at IMDb myself. I've read a lot of the reviews. They read like reviews of people who watch the show and actually have legit criticisms of
Okay.
the show.
Mm.
So far,
Okay.
everyone agrees, and me too. The actress from Black Orphan crushed it.
Nice.
She's amazing,
Good.
as expected.
Okay.
It's just story wise. Some of the writing
Mhm.
could be tighter. CGI could, maybe if they give them like an extra month or two, could be tighter also. Those are the
Yeah.
gripes. My question is, how do you guys feel about the idea of review bombing? Is it real or myth?
Okay, it's real.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
I know people have
wait,
done
you-
that. Yeah.
Do we think it's real or like? Because your question is kind of weird. How do we feel about it? Like, do we agree with it or disagree with it, or do we think it's a real
Well, I guess
thing?
in the
not a
sense,
real
is
thing?
everything a review bomb? Because it's the context of the article and what it referenced. If you give a bad review, you are now review bombing. It doesn't matter if your bad review is legit.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
like,
it's sort of
I'd
like
say
Yelp,
like
right?
75% of the reviews that I read were all reasonable. It wasn't like, this thing sucks, I'm out. You know what I mean? That's a review bomb to me. It's like there's no depth to your review if you don't have any
I
meat
always ask
on the
gripes.
bone.
You know what? George always does have gripes. He has gripes. He has one perfect movie ever. That's it.
I'm an
So,
old
yeah,
man.
Motherfucker, you're my age.
I don't know how old you are, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know.
You look
Hello,
like you're
everybody.
25.
Hello.
I got comments. I just got to let my dog out for a second.
All right, George is a
George is a review bomb.
Yes, he is.
I enjoyed the show, honestly.
Thriller sex tweets were lots of bots. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that stuff definitely happens, and people get like on
Mhm.
Reddit or whatever, right? And they'll kind of conspire and take down stuff. I think that's kind of fucked up because if you're kind of reviewing it, you kind of want to get like real good feedback on it. George seemed like the kind of guy who makes 10 accounts just to grind.
You know who else sounds like that guy? Chuck.
Ooh.
This whole time I'm like, is Mr. Miracle Chuck? Is that Chuck? Is he actually? Do you guys know?
Right?
I'm
no
like
idea.
95% sure that's
I
Chuck.
feel like it is.
Grinds my gears. Oh, it really grinds my gears. Seriously, that's George. Every time we do this show, George needs to have a segment of what really grinds his gear. And for this week, you explain us the most latest one that you hate.
Well, I think it's that. I don't like the idea of review bombing. I don't think that it's real.
Okay.
At least
So
in the sense of like, if you have a bad opinion of something, that it's not a bomb. It's just like you have an honest opinion.
So this is my thoughts on it. It depends on what the show is about, like who's leading it and nothing like that. Because if it's a male-driven show and it gets shitty reviews, it's just like, oh, it's a shitty show. If it's a female-driven show, whether it's good or not, if it gets bad reviews, it's being review bombed.
Exactly. There you go.
There's that double narrative going on there, and I think whether I haven't seen it, I'm not excited about She-Hulk. I was never like, she was never even a character that I was just like, oh yeah, She-Hulk, like fuck yeah. But more than likely, what I guarantee, like, if what you're saying is the reviews that you read sound valid, that they have valid criticisms, the fact that people are saying that it's being review bombed, it's probably because it's a female-driven show.
See, but it can go the other way, especially these days where it's like, if it's an all male driven show or whatever, male, then it's like people can review bomb and be like, where's the strong female? We need more of that. And like, those will review bomb it for that reason too.
No, like, it can absolutely happen. Yeah, it can absolutely happen on both sides. But I think that at least taglines for news articles are more. Well, where the fuck did Dan go?
Hey, Dan's gone. I'm just
George
arms.
now. Yeah,
I'm just arms.
But no, I definitely. I'm just going to continue with my conversation because
do it. Yes,
keep going.
But yeah, I think I think taglines for like the clickbait headlines are more apt to do review bombed headlines for those minority gender based led shows. Is my opinion. Not necessarily, again, not saying whether that's what's actually happening or not. I think just the clickbait articles are more apt to label it that way.
Yeah.
And for that reason.
Welcome back.
What the hell?
Totally agree with that, Minnie. Totally agree with that. So. Very well said.
I have a question about She-Hulk though. I don't know, like I wasn't really like into that. I mean, I used to collect trading cards, like Marvel cards and like DC cards. So I know a little. I had the Marvel medal stack that got stolen to my desk in school, and it got stolen during a fire drill, and the teacher did nothing. I think the teacher did it, but anyway, I still think about it to this day. But I thought I saw the trailer for She-Hulk, and she's all mad in the beginning of the trailer because this guy didn't call her back. Apparently, like that's what she's like. Oh, he didn't call me back, and blah, and shows the guy and whatever. But I'm like, I thought She-Hulk was a lesbian.
Oh, she is very promiscuous.
No, I thought that was like put into the story as like canon.
I haven't read any She-Hulk books. Every She-Hulk book I've read from the 80s till now, she's generally always with dudes.
Oh, well, what the heck? I swear I heard that come out, and I'm like, why is she mad about this dude?
She's even turned some dudes. So like Hercules, who I guess you could say is bisexual, but he generally has gay relationships.
Is he?
She even had sex with Hercules also. That shows the power that she has.
Woo, this is new information. Yeah. Is that a Nas made up fact, or is that sincere, George?
When it comes to comic books, it's always facts.
Okay.
I swear to God, I read that. Anyways, yes, okay.
Marie has
look at my cup. Do you think I'm gonna tell you comic book lies?
Yes.
I'm blocked out.
She has a good point though, because if you should be able to give a negative opinion if you have a negative opinion. She's talking about sandwiching it together. We have two nice comments in the beginning, at the end. That's usually how I give constructive feedback as well. But I mean, somebody should be able to give a negative opinion if that's how they feel. But I know what George is saying. Some people just overdo it, they bash it. But that's sort of how Yelp reviews are, right? If you go to a restaurant that you like, you're usually never going to review it unless you love it or you hated it. And usually people will go out of their way to bash a place, and they are going to praise it. So I think it's the same thing like a show or a movie. Podcast looking for your lost thing. Sorry, I missed what the thing was. There you go, Ronnie. That was for you, Marie. Which one's an investigative show where you're looking for your thing?
I would say the show so far has been, it's only one episode in. I think this could be a good show so far.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So. Just
Oh,
because
So it has potential. It's just not
think it
off
has
to a strong
potential.
start.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Nice to tie
Name
that back
drop.
in
Yeah. Another name drop.
there. Yeah. All right, Minnie, hit us with the next one.
All right. I know at least the last time that I was on, we talked about it briefly, but this weekend, the House of Dragons is premiering.
Mhm.
So set 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones books. So it's basically there's no source material for this. It's its own original show in the Game of Thrones world.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about it? I haven't seen any trailers for it because like season 8 kind of turned me off to it, but it's still going to be a huge show for HBO because of the connection to it. So what do you guys think? Like, are you excited for it? Do you?
I want
have
to
no-
answer, but apparently I gripe about everything, so I don't know if I should say anything.
Great.
Great.
We like the gripes.
Just your character
One.
now. Yeah.
I don't know.
We're creating your own grind my gears.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
You know,
sorry,
it really
go for it,
moistens
George.
my balls. Well, you see, every time.
Wait,
There
so
we
this is
go.
a good thing. All right.
Merchandise. Moistens my balls.
We'll work on a title. We'll work on a title.
Yes. Okay, go ahead, George.
No, honestly, I don't know. I actually am not one of the people who hated Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones from beginning to end, even with some of the poor writing near the end. I forgave everything because it's just like I felt for a lot of fans, it was at a place where like they expected something, they didn't get what they expected, they were disappointed. I didn't have that. I didn't read the books. I came in empty, so I was just like, all right, whatever you got, I'm with it. And so, but I don't know if I care to see a before this happened show, since a lot of it got told to us already. It's kind of how I feel about Rogue One. Like Rogue One wasn't needed. I know what happened because of Star Wars. Star Wars told me everything I needed. And this is going to hurt even more if you didn't like that. Rogue One even hurts Star Wars, and my fear is that this show could hurt whatever Game of Thrones did. That's my only fear.
Okay, Marie, I'll let you go, and then I'll go off on my rant. So you go ahead.
Just play the sad music for a second.
Look at that. The fans want gripe. You see that, George? They want your gripe.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
I love Rogue One. I love Rogue One so much. Sorry, it wasn't needed, but it was the movie I didn't know I needed when it came out. I was like, no one needs this, but thank goodness it's here. Yes.
I feel the same way.
Okay. Rogue One's like tied with Empire Strikes Back, my favorite Star Wars movie. So whatever, it's fine. Whatever. Everybody has their thing. Yeah, I was really late to the game watching Game of Thrones, so I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until it was right before the last season came out.
Ooh, okay.
And so I like caught up super fast, then watched it. So I was just like, what? I don't know, but they did Daenerys dirty. She wasn't even like my favorite character. I found her like bland, and I was like, I don't really care about her. But then when they did her dirty, I was like, no, I don't like that. Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, no. And then, so now I don't really care about the prequel either. I was like, maybe I'll watch it when eight seasons later.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Rambling around me.
Yes. I feel the same way. Every time they do prequels, it's kind of like if they don't give us new information, in particular with this Game of Thrones, I don't feel like I'm going to get anything new out of it. Like what somebody set up here, I think it was Mr. Miracle, is waiting for the Jon Snow show. I feel the same way because at least it's something new. We don't really know where she's going with it. Now, saying Rogue One, I thought Rogue One gave us some new information. The movie was good. I love Rogue One. I'm totally happy with it. If we want to complain, we can complain about the prequels. We can complain about that. We don't necessarily need those.
Thank you.
But
Rogue One,
the prequels did give us the best lightsaber fights, though.
Rogue One gave us the best Darth Vader scene.
Yes.
Well, there's pretty good Darth Vader scene in Obi-Wan, but Rogue One gave us the best Darth Vader scene, and I cried during it in the theater. George, so
I actually don't love the prequels.
George doesn't like anything.
I'm a fan. For me, it's the original trilogy. It's the original trilogy, then the prequels, and yeah, that's probably about it. That's what, oh no, and Clone Wars. Clone Wars is fucking dope. Clone Wars is
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't need the last trilogy. That one I can do without. It's okay.
Yeah, that totally robbed our childhood.
Yeah.
Episode 7 was cool. Like it had some cool moments in it, and I was enthused for the new trilogy because I like the fact that Kylo Ren stopped that laser beam thing. That was so badass.
Yes.
But then,
Kylo Ren's my boy.
yes, it was cool, and I felt like Kylo Ren. I love the fact that he was like emotional, all over the place. Like that was cool. Such a different version of Darth.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, exactly. But then 8 was bad, and 9 was just awful. And I was like, oh my god, it completely ruined 7 for me. So the whole new trilogy just sucks.
8 could have been really good, but there was 45 minutes of it that was just completely pointless storytelling.
100%, totally agree. Yeah. So
overall
for this new one, I'm not enthused. I'll watch it, but nah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Marie, what do you got?
Okay.
Oh shit.
Your next one.
Oh my god.
That's what she was looking for, Ronnie.
No, I was looking for if She-Hulk was lesbian, and yeah, she's bisexual. So I was looking for if I just made that up in my mind, but I found that.
Drinking from the breast of an alien. Did I dream that? No, he did. It was the blue milk. He's drinking.
I mean, he wasn't sucking out of the tit.
He was squirted right in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Almost like what is it? Didn't they have that in a Carl's Jr. commercial? Something like that. I think.
You can get blue milk at Disney World.
I did. I got it, and it was not good. I don't recommend it to people.
Oh, yeah, maybe better straight from the teat. I don't know.
There you go. If it's not out of the teat, I don't want the milk, Marie. It's got to come straight out of the nipple.
Straight.
That's it.
Out of the teat.
That's the only way I drink my milk, people.
You can milk anything with a teat, right?
Yes.
Meet the Fockers.
Yes. All right, Marie, what do you got?
No, that was Meet the Parents, right?
Meet the Parents, yeah.
Oh yeah, Meet the Parents.
Yes. Oh god. It's like
you can milk me? Are you gonna milk me?
Oh, that was pretty good. I'm looking at my phone because I took notes of things to talk about, which is why I'm looking at it. And the Game of Thrones thing was on there. Wednesday was on there. Cabinet of Curiosities on there. And then I had.
Well, you mean you're not looking at your phone because this is just completely boring and there's no chance of a second?
No, this is my notes. Oh yeah. It's like.
As soon as George said that he hated Rogue One, Marie's like, I am not coming back to this piece of shit.
No, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It's just some opinions hurt, Daniel. Some opinions hurt.
Are wrong.
Some
opinions are wrong.
Some opinions are also wrong.
One day we're gonna have a sit down. We're gonna have a deep conversation about this, and I won't turn you, but you'll understand me.
You'll never turn me to the dark side, George. Ever.
Yeah,
I cannot be turned.
So what you're saying is you're not as good as She-Hulk.
Exactly. What the alien teeth were actually dogs from their aliens, and Luke didn't realize that. My last question.
No.
So that's a whole different milk.
No.
Oh, yeah, Ronnie, you're totally right. We don't really know that those are nipples. Like it could just be dongs that are just hanging from the chest. We don't know. It's a fucking alien.
Micro dong.
We don't know how. They could be anatomically positioned.
Well, it was like micro but bulbous, so it was like
blue balls.
Squatty dong. It's like
Squally dong. Again, we have new merchandise.
New shirts.
We just keep coming out with new shit.
Squatty dong. Squatty dong.
Squoggy dong and snakes with wings.
That's definitely Chuck. That's gotta be Chuck. This guy Minnie, I don't know. He bugs me, but he's also kind of sexy. There's only one person that calls Minnie sexy, and that's Chuck.
Totally Chuck. It's totally Chuck.
Chuck is
reveal yourself.
Yeah, every time I see him, he keeps on talking about Mr. Miracle too. Like it's definitely him.
Yeah. All right, Murray, you got one or no?
Oh, I was just the only last thing on my notes, and I guess this is turning into a horror movie thing. It was Orphan First Kill.
Oh yes. They're actually de-aging the actress in the movie to look like the character.
I was wondering, like, was it like CG, like what they were doing, or like how
It's the de-aging. So
because she looks older in real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like she looks like a normal person. So what they're doing is they put like the little dots I think on their face, and they act and they just like CG it to make them look a little younger.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
Well, because I was just like, bitch, what's your secret? Because like honestly, I was like in the commercial or the trailer, I was like, how is she so? But then yeah,
Over
You
10
want her
years.
beauty regime? You want her beauty regime? You just got to murder a couple people, Marie.
Yeah,
That's
you have to
it.
bathe in the blood of your victims.
oh, I should be good then. I'm good to go.
I know. You did stay at that haunted place the other day, so I know exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what you did. Yeah, that was the real horror. She was murdering everybody that was there.
That's all.
That's it. Nothing else.
That's it.
Okay. So I have one last one for this one. It's so George R.R. Martin, author of Game of Thrones. I'm not going to talk about the show. He said he was out of the loop on season 5 and 6 and definitely out of the loop on 7 and 8. How convenient is that? He said he wasn't. So he picks the seasons that were completely dreadful and was like, I wasn't really in it. Even though he told him what the ending was and they supposedly used his ending for it, but he's saying he's out of the loop. What do you guys think?
I don't think he was completely out of the loop. I think he didn't have as much input as he did in the other seasons because that was also around the time where he did start trying to finish the series book-wise. So he still, I think he still did have writing credits for at least one episode a season, which is why I don't think he was completely out of the loop. But I think because he started trying to finish the book series, he didn't have as much input as he did in the earlier seasons.
So you're calling him a liar? Because if he did an episode of 7 and 8 means he was in the loop and he was saying he was out of the loop.
Right. Yeah. I think he's trying to protect himself, but I don't think he was completely out of the loop. I just don't think he had as much input in the direction of the seasons as he did in previous seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay.
Just own up to it, man.
He's old. He's an old guy. Maybe part of him was there and part of him wasn't.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he has Alzheimer's and he just completely forgot that he was there for those seasons.
Yeah.
He did. He left his Starbucks cup on the thing and everything. He left his Starbucks ever, his water bottle under a seat. That was all his stuff. And he's like, oh, wasn't there?
He probably rewrote book 6 or 7, whatever one that he's working on, 9 different times and keeps forgetting that he has the book already written. So it goes in so many different ways.
Oh,
I like that.
Poor old guy.
He got sad. He got real sad all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
No.
You guys think he has been at home playing RPG games daily for the past decade? I would think
hope
so.
I mean, yeah, because
so.
he helped write Elden Ring, so that's why he's been doing this whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be when I'm old, doing that. 100%.
Writing video games?
Not writing, just at home playing them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, George, you got another one for us?
I do, but man, I really feel like I just got like typecast.
Dude, everybody's telling you to do it. They love it.
And now I'm looking at my list. I was like, damn, this is some like negative ass shit, man.
This is therapy session, George. You just realized, thanks to our comments about negative jokes.
You know what I learned at work today? I learned all about self-care. And if you need to let this shit out, George, just let it out.
Do it.
Self-care, man. Self-care.
Yeah.
We're all typecasted. Man.
All right.
Okay.
Well, recently, John Boyega came out and saying that he's bringing acting back to bringing real acting back, pretty much. And when I first read this, it sounded like some pretentious ass shit. But then I read the whole article and his whole interview, and there's some legitimacy behind it. He's pretty much coming at the angle. It's like people are looking at for roles in a way where is this person right for the role in the sense of do they check the marks that we need? It's like, are they black? Check. Are they this? Check. All that kind of stuff. And he's like, I'm an actor. I want to act. It's like, I'm here to pretend to be something else, not here to be me. You know what I mean? So he's purposely looking for roles that are not him, that are opposite of what you'd expect him to do, especially to break away from the Star Wars thing and everything. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the idea, I guess, of being, pigeonholed into that a certain idea and not being able to break free? Like, I guess a good example is like, let's say I'm a lesbian. Do I only play lesbian roles? Shouldn't I have the right to play other roles that are not that? If I'm Puerto Rican, but if I wanted to be an Arabic guy, can I just be an Arabic guy? Or whatever. with this day and age of things.
You labeled as will become biggest subscriber in your yearbook. She says JK, but I'm not going to show that. Yeah, but
you could be anything you want to be, George.
Yes. You could be positive one day.
I mean,
My mama said I can be.
Yeah.
I
I
agree with
feel.
it.
Yeah, you know what, Minnie, I'll have you go ahead and talk. You know, you've done acting, so go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree with it. Like, I believe that there's part of it where, like, yeah, representation matters. Like, it absolutely, like, but at the same time, like, yeah, you're an actor. Like, if you're willing to expose different parts of yourself for millions of people to see, then why the fuck not? Like, why do you have to play one type of character? You can make a great career out of it, like, if that's what your goal is, like, absolutely. But at the same time, like, how many kids, adults who get into acting want to play the same character? That's why a lot of movie actors don't want to do TV, because they want to expand and do different types of roles. They don't want to do the same character for 8-9 years, even though it's job security and can make them a shit ton of money. Like, yeah, no, absolutely. Like, if you're willing to put yourself out there and risk trying something and doing an absolute shit job of it because you can't absolutely get like that nuance of that character, then fucking go for it. Like, I mean, Robert De Niro did Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, why the fuck not, right?
Cash grab. That's what that was.
That's a different situation.
He needed a new
there.
pool.
Yeah.
And he's going through a divorce.
still,
so he needed the money. But yeah.
Yeah, but still, like, if you're willing to put yourself out there and do roles that you're not known for, fucking all power to it. Go for it. That's what you're supposed to do as an actor.
That's the dangerous part, like John Boyega did joining Star Wars. It's like, once you join a franchise like that, it's like you're immediately going to be typecast as like, oh, the Star Wars guy or whatever. So him being like, well, I'm going to bring out real acting. It's like, we know you can act, but he almost like has to say that because you're immediately typecast as like that guy from Star Wars. So I think another actor who's brought real acting back already is like Robert Pattinson. Like, how did you go from that vampire, from that shitty sequel, that shitty trilogy, to being like all the stuff that you are now? He's an amazing actor, and like how hard that must have been to like break out of that typecasting of being a freaking sparkly vampire. Like, come on, like there are the real actors out there, and like you say, there's people who like are the same character all the time, and that's how I look at like Julia Roberts, who I love, and I love all her chick flicks, like whatever, and that's great. But then there's like these real actors, like you say, and I think they're out there. But it's hard because once they get stuck in like a typecast type, especially if it's a trilogy or some sort of series or whatever, then it's harder for them to break out of that image.
Yeah, like Chris Evans, I just recently. Go ahead, Dan. Sorry for cutting you.
I was going to say that I think the stigma of TV has changed. Before, I completely agree with you. A lot of big actors never did television. Now it seems like because productions of movies have slowed down, because better writers, better directors have gone over to television, actors are now starting to sink their teeth, and what they're doing are like miniseries. You have Jeff Bridges doing Old Man, which is phenomenal, and they're starting to do these little 6 episodes, which is sort of like about the length of about 2 movies. So they're able to still kind of get in, they can get out. If they want to do a second season, they can do that. I think the stigma's kind of changed. And for actors, every actor wants to be able to branch out and do it. The question is, are they good enough? Are they talented enough? Right? Like Christian Bale can pull that off easily. The dude's amazing. Somebody like a Channing Tatum, like how wide is his net? Like I don't know. You know what I mean? So I think that's the question, because if you expose yourself, you can also destroy your career if you're really getting bashed and people call you a horrible actor.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, oh, he's a one-trick pony. He can just do this one thing. Like, yeah.
But that's the thing about acting is taking a chance. You should be taking chances.
Exactly.
You know? And that's the thing for me. It's like when I used to do like stage performances and everything, I loved the idea of doing something that was not me. I didn't want to be me. That's why I was acting. If I want to be me, I can just do that every day. You know. Yeah. So that's so like I'm like at that struggle. As me and Danny, we talk about this. Like there's that struggle of representation, and but at the same time, getting to be that in that world of pretend. So like I see a thing like with what's happening with James Franco, like he shouldn't be Fidel Castro, but at the same time, it's like if I do impersonations sometimes. If I could do a killer impersonation of a white guy, if I'm nailing it, if I'm nailing that, give me a chance. Why can't I do it? You know, like
I agree. We just never see Latinos playing white people.
That's not true. That's here's the funny thing. John Leguizamo plays a lot of white people. He played a lot of white people in his early career.
He played Luigi.
He played Luigi. He played a French guy in Moulin Rouge. Yeah. It's like, come on, like you've played white people. Yeah. Why can't it go the other way around? I say if you look the part, you should get a little. Because think about it. For makeup artists, it's a much easier job if you already look like the character. You know, I start looking like the production values, like finances and all that kind of stuff. What makes it easier at the end of the road? And it's like, if this person's a good actor and they fit the bill, like look at Ana de Armas. She looks amazingly like Marilyn Monroe. Dead on. Yeah. I think it's the best looking Marilyn Monroe I've ever seen. And I can't wait to see her movie. I don't care what she sounds like. I think she's going to.
Stop griping. We made progress. George isn't griping. Hey. Found a positive. I want to read off Ronnie's comment real quick. She says she wondered about roles like people are differently labeled or part of the LGBTQ community being played by able-bodied or straight people. That's definitely been a big thing. They're now starting to, I'm noticing Hollywood's starting to do a better job of casting people within the community. So they're starting to give them a better role. She's heard the argument, well, the actor likely did the role better. I'm curious how far casting agents, et cetera, go to find real people who have the same experience as their characters. What do you guys think? I agree, Ronnie, absolutely, because sometimes they still want to sell the mystique of sexuality. So if females, like let's say Johnny Depp, right? You know, females think Johnny Depp's sexy. If Johnny Depp's playing somebody that's gay, females, his fans, are more tend to go see his movies versus if it's just a gay actor playing the role, that same number may not go to watch it necessarily. Is it right? It never is, but sometimes, you know, that happens. So, for example, I've listened to actors in wheelchairs not be able to even audition because of accessibility issues type of thing. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. And you have to think about when you're on set and you're in production, you guys are filming in, let's say, Iraq, and you guys are out there and you don't have, you know, ADA compliant stuff. Yeah. That's some stuff that they're thinking about, unfortunately, and it does play a factor. So,
yeah. And with the able-bodied thing, like I get it. Again, representation absolutely matters. I totally
agree with that, Ramblin' Ronnie.
Yeah, I do. Doing a great job because they also did their homework, and that was a great movie too. I thought all three of them did a great job. Yeah,
so good. But would that be made today though? That's the thing. Could they make that today? No. They could definitely not. And it's a great movie, and they all did amazing. And couldn't be done.
I agree. Yeah,
and exactly. You had RuPaul in it too. RuPaul's like the stamp of approval.
Yeah. I mean,
exactly. Yeah, but cool. Any last notes before we close this out?
I just wanted to finish my comment with the able-bodied thing, like especially with certain things. Like it also depends on the story too. Like if the character in the story, like you have sequences where it's a flashback where the character can walk around or didn't have a disability, like that's going to eliminate casting somebody who does actually have that disability because now they can't do those flashback scenes.
Yeah.
So if a majority of the movie is them in a wheelchair, but there's scenes that are vital to the story where it shows them without that disability, like, I got like it's acting. It's you're doing things that you might not necessarily have. You're playing people.
Daniel Day-Lewis, man, he crushed it in My Left Foot. Phenomenal acting.
Every movie. He Last Mohican. He's not an Indian.
Yeah.
He kills it.
Native American, good sir. Native American.
Do you think the actors that played Jason will actually
T'Challa was Go ahead.
But do you think like the actors like that played Jason or like Robert Englund, but do you think they actually like went into dreams and killed people or terrorized camp counselors?
He did.
Yeah.
Like, talk about it.
According to it was Chuck, right, who actually killed Freddy Krueger in his dream. Was that what happened?
No, that was I think it might have been Jose, wasn't it? Yeah, something like that.
Was it Chuck or Jose?
Right.
Was it?
It was Chuck.
Okay.
It was Chuck. Yeah. Jose wouldn't want to kill Freddy. He wanted to join his team.
Exactly. Yeah. But all right, guys, thank you again for watching another show. You can watch our live stream, Nas Off Topic, our live unfiltered show. You can watch us every Thursday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time or 7:30 Canadian time. You can
Canadian,
also,
all of Canada.
Canadian time. That's it, just Canada. That's it. You can also watch our Tuesday Not a Strong Start movie podcast. It drops at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 6 a.m. Canada time. I'm your host, Daniel de Sangre. You can follow us at Not a Strong Start. You can watch us on YouTube. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Not a Strong Start. I'm Daniel. You can follow me at King_Sangre.
And I am George. You can follow me at Nicolopoulos anywhere.
I'm Minnie, and I'm That Guy 2022, only on Instagram. Because fuck all those other social media.
Yeah. I'm Marie at Marie Reviews Everything. Also, my podcast account with my best friend is at Chillin' with Cult.class. And that's where you can find me.
Your female best friend. These are your male best friends.
Yes. Yes. Actually, you're all in one category. Jeez. You're all my besties.
You hear that, Caitlin? You hear that? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Peace out.